Hi everyone, welcome to Activate by Brenda Lee. I am so excited to be starting this new business, and I'm very thrilled to have so many great people that are going to be in the group and that we'll be working with, and so excited for how great they're going to feel and the energy that we're going to produce and the lives that we're going to change, because everyone in the group will be inspirations to people, and it's like contagious. This is so cool. It's going to be so much fun. This is a great time of the year to do this. During the winter, that's when the summer bodies are made, and just getting started is the hardest part, but we're going to work through this and we're going to do great. So right now, as I speak, we're in a really cold snap here in Nebraska. It's like 0 degrees out, so it's like free cryotherapy. If anyone wants to go outside, it actually has a lot of benefits for your immune system and your metabolism and your mental status as well. So enjoy the cold weather, but please be careful and be inside when you can too. Do a little hot therapy as well in the sauna if you have access to one. But anyway, so I am just thrilled to have you here, and I hope you enjoy this little PowerPoint. So I have a new website also that's brendaleewellness.com, so please check that out. And I have some information about other things that I'm doing with my businesses, and this one of my businesses is Activ8 by Brenda Lee. So this is a joint venture, and I'm super excited to be here at Activ8 Fitness with this new program and have the people from here helping me with it. So my professional background, I have been a nurse practitioner since 2009 is when I finished my master's degree program. I'm a women's health board certified nurse practitioner, very interested in helping women perimenopause and menopausal ages. That's kind of my niche. So I have helped people that are younger, and some that are 40s to 60s, 60-year-olds usually, but anyway, and I can also help men as well. I am currently studying functional medicine at the School of Applied Functional Medicine. Super excited. This program is legit. I'm super happy about everything I've been learning and really excited about the program. I've been a nurse since 1993, and I taught nursing at Northeast Community College for 11 years. I loved that. I taught labor and delivery, OB, some peds. That was really my thing. And then while I was there, I got my personal trainer certification. And then I taught a class there called Lift Like a Girl, which was kind of like the beginning of the rest of my career, because women would always see me and they would say, how do you know how to lift? What do you do? And I've just had such a passion. I wanted to help them, so they could get off their cardio equipment and go hit the weights. So I did a program like that. It was just in the evening and a couple nights a week. It was really fun. And then we moved to Omaha in 2015, and I have worked aesthetics and in a med spa, and I did a little bit of weight loss there. And I'm a health coach, precision nutrition level 1 certified. I've taught cycling and classes at the Y. And then I'm very passionate about all these things, and I like to blog, and I like to be on podcasts and do speaking events. I'm a judge and a natural figure pro. I love competing in figure. I've done 10 shows, and really excited about the people I've met through natural federations. And I am on Instagram, Brenda Lee Wellness, Brenda Lee _wellness, and Koa and Kaya Yellow Labs too. Those are my dogs that I love. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. I did a Better Living program also at Methodist for almost 5 years, and that was amazing. I had several great experiences. I met so many good people there and had some great connections, and I'm really excited to be doing a type of program like that on my own now. So there it is. So no pill will ever replace these things that you get in nature and that are natural. They can't put a patent on it. They can't charge you for it. So it's just things that you can just get out of natural, healthy living habits. So that is real food, sunlight, intermittent fasting, exercise, and sleep. And like Dr. James says, master this list and you will not need a pill for anything. So these are the things that we all are striving for, and they're all just habits you can do. So I'm super excited to lead you on this journey, and I'm very honored. So when I did my transformation, I actually, I was not like, obese. I was a little overweight and just was metabolically probably unhealthy. But actually, I just woke up one day, decided I didn't want to feel like that anymore. So I changed. And I had some really big life experiences that happened to me that have made me the way I am. I have a huge why reason. And that's really important with motivation. You got to think of your why reason and why you want to do this. The stronger your why reason, the better, more success you may have. So what motivates me? Devastated by cancer. Ever since I have been, well, when I was 20, my mom passed away and she had breast cancer. And I have been trying to be healthy ever since I was 20. Because I didn't want that to happen to me. People think that because your mom had breast cancer, that, oh my gosh, you better be careful, you're probably going to get it too. Well, that doesn't mean that you're going to. So I'm trying to change things and make healthy habits, so in hopes that I don't get breast cancer or any kind of cancer, even though you can't really control for sure, but I can do something to decrease the risk, and that's what I'm after. So I want to be around for my kids, because I lost my mom when I was 20, my dad when I was 36, and then my brother when I was 38. And so I learned that life is short and you got to do the things you want to do. Don't ever wonder what if. Just do it. Get it done, set a goal, make it happen. So anyway, going through my grief, I found that exercise has really helped me through dealing with a lot of the losses. Even when I was in 8th grade, I had cellulite on my legs. I'll never forget, there's a boy in my class that said, Brenda, you have cottage cheese on your legs, when we were running track, in 8th grade. And that just stuck with me all the time. And I think it was, and I wasn't even really overweight. I think it was the processed food and the type of diet. I was not a very healthy eater. I loved cookies and Little Debbie's and cereal and, all the things that we now know aren't healthy for us. But back then it was different. We didn't know how important nutrition was. So I also lost 35 pounds in 2008 using the Buff Mother program. I made some great social connections through that program, and some of those girls are still some of my closest friends. And they supported each other, and then the Buff Mother program was actually looking at your hormones, and I loved that whole idea, and that just totally changed my life. So I'm just really thrilled that I've been through that program and that now I can help more people and share the things that I've learned. So I had acne. My dermatologist was like, oh, well, you're just going to always have it until you go through menopause, so you should just take antibiotics. So I started eating healthier, getting more protein, lifting weights, quitting the pop. I drank diet pop all the time and started drinking water, and did the eat clean diet. So I'm a big fan of Toscaverino. But anyway, my face cleared up and I started feeling better. I started, having regular bowel movements. I didn't know it wasn't normal to have one every few days, Back then, I just thought that was normal. But it's so different. I feel great, and it feels better now at 52 than it did when I was 22, seriously. Just amazing how your health can change how you feel. So when my mom was 50, that's when she passed away. This was her last birthday, and I watched her deteriorate from all the chemo and all the treatments and all the pain that she was in, and she was only 50, and I feel like I'm living on borrowed time now because I am now 52 and I will be 53 this year. So I'm just happy that I have every day that I do now. And some of these pictures are from my niece, who is that baby, she was the first grandchild. My mom always wanted to be a grandma, and so I'm just so happy that she had that opportunity. Actually, my niece Ashley was born on 6 months to the day before my mom passed away. So my mom wasn't very strong and didn't feel very good, but I know having that baby to hold just made her day and made, you know, her life a little more complete. And that's the thing, just 50 years old, there's so many things that she missed out on in life. And so I'm just trying to live a life for her as well as me. So my dad actually had a heart attack while my mom was, you know, about 6 months before she died. He was stressed out with having a spouse that has cancer and having to get treatments all the time. And the cattle got out. My dad had a massive heart attack. Thank goodness the emergency or the EMTs and things from Tabor, Iowa at the ambulance crew were able to get him to the hospital, save his life. And then he was at Clarkson Hospital in Omaha, and my sister-in-law was overdue with her baby, and she actually went into labor and had the baby at Clarkson Hospital while my dad was there in the ICU. And the nurses there were amazing. They let my niece Ashley come to the ICU so my dad could hold her. So it was really neat. But anyway, when I was 50, my husband took me to Hawaii for my birthday. So that was super exciting and fun because my mom always wanted to go to Hawaii and she never had the opportunity to. And so I felt like she was there with me when I was in Hawaii, and it just was really special to me it was total paradise. So I guess I like to flex a lot too, because it seems like I'm doing that in all those pictures, but yes, Hawaii was amazing and it was a great trip. My why reason, again, are my kids, my nieces, my nephew. My brother is there with his son, Mark, and he is in Wyoming. And then my niece Heather is the little one in the middle that's holding the baby. She has 2 cute little kids, and they live in Glenwood. And then I have my family, my son, who is almost 24, and then my daughter is 25. And oh my gosh, I need to add, she is married now, so we have a new son-in-law that I need to add to this, Philip, and they live by Boulder, Colorado. She's a herbalist. So my son is going to school starting next month into computer design and website design. So my husband, I've been married for 29 years this year. It'll be 29 years. So he's been my rock and been so supportive of me. Thank goodness. I know I test him. So my sister is the one with the cheeseburger head on, and she is my only remaining family member, close family member of the 5 of us in my family with my parents. So very blessed to have her, and she lives here in Omaha. And my 2 dogs are in the middle. Kaya is late, I don't know, 14, 15 months old, and then Koa is going to be 14, and he's almost getting to be on hospice, so it's really sad, but we love him, and we love the 2 of them. They're the sweetest dogs. And then my niece Ashley, the one that was the baby in the pictures, is in the bottom picture with her sweet little family. She's got a son and a daughter and an awesome husband. They live here in Millard. And then my dad in the other picture is with his grandkids, and my 2 kids and my nieces and nephew. And I'm pretty sure my brother was razzing my son, trying to pull his hat off, because that's just what he did. So. My transformation. So the first picture is when we were in the Bahamas, and I was 26. I just had my baby not too long before that. And then the next picture next to it is in 2019 when I competed in figure last time, and me and my husband are flexing it up. So we work out together sometimes, and it's really fun to do it together. And I love building muscle, which you'll hear more about. And then my other picture is when I started Buff Mother, and then the one next to it is the last time when I competed in figure. So the body composition has changed a lot. And I've been doing this for 12 years, so it really takes time, and it's just so cool. The longer you do this, the just better you can get, the better you can feel. And so then the picture in the purple is when I did my first competition, and I was 40 and I was feeling on top of the world. Oh my gosh, loved competing from the first one I did. And then the other picture is the last time I competed in 19. I did 3 pro shows. So I got my pro card, and so now I compete against the pros, and you can compete for money. So, but it's a lot tougher competition. So, but I love it. It's the people I've met are so inspiring and very supportive, and it's a great group. So, medical complications of excess weight. There are so many. Like every system in your body is affected by excess weight. And as you can see on this diagram, I mean, PCOS, your heart, your high blood pressure, asthma, sleep apnea, depression, arthritis, it's hard on your joints to carry that extra weight, vitamin D deficiency, of course diabetes, type 2, fatty liver disease is also very common. So, and it's something that a lot of times doctors don't want to say anything because it might hurt their feelings, you know, or they don't want to upset their patient. So it's kind of a sensitive area too, but it's necessity. You know, now we have to be healthy if we want to survive some of the viruses going around and the future viruses. You know, masks and vaccines are going to work for a while, but then there's going to be another one coming up. So really our best protection is protecting ourselves by changing our, you know, metabolic profile and being healthy. DNA is not your destiny. I love this because, of course, with losing 3 family members, all the cancer, I don't have very good odds if it was, you know, if I was going to get cancer. There's a lot of it in my family, and so, but I am out to change that, and by, you know, every bite you take is actually affecting your health, and so you can actually make yourself healthier by your environment. Like we have, you know, two twins that have 2 different lifestyles. You can totally see the difference in the one that is taking care of themselves and then the one that lives the rough, you know, unhealthy life. So so Activ8 by Brenda Lee, we're taking care of you. So I'm so excited that you are investing in yourself for this. We will be doing whole foods, non-processed, lower sugar, low carb. And we're focusing on sleep and stress management. That is huge with weight loss and being healthy. And then moving your body, and then finding the root cause. That's my functional medicine background there. So the team is you. You are number 1, and it's all up to you. You are the one that will be doing this. I'm just guiding you along and doing everything I can to help you, you know, get there, but you are the one that has to do the work. And it is work, but it's fun, and you'll feel better. I'm the nurse practitioner. Brent Durkeen is a trainer, the gym owner, and he's a really great experienced coach here. Gavin is a physical therapy, doctor of physical therapy, and he has an office right next door to mine. He's very, loves to educate and very functional as well as a physical therapist. So I will be having different companies from the community, like that have healthy foods, or have like holistic services like meditation, or maybe some sauna or hot or like cryotherapy, or different things coming in. Maybe some nutritionists, dietitians. We will have other people that have had success coming in, sharing their stories. That's always inspiring. And just getting inspiration from each other and talking will help too. So we will be there to support each other. That is huge in this. So your weekly appointment with me, you can do it at home or here, and just have a wait. We'll talk about goals. We do fitness testing at the beginning. I'll look at your labs. We do progress pictures. I might be able to recommend more labs to be tested. I can order it too, and I can order CGMs. I love those, continuous glucose monitors, to watch for high blood sugar that many people have now, and that affects our health. Really interesting. And then we'll talk about your food that you eat, and it's very confidential. Everything is kept here and will not be shared. Healthy living is so important. Our bodies are meant to move. Sleep and rest is essential definitely. Get outside, enjoy the sun. We will talk about self-care, foods that decrease inflammation, and then just changing one habit at a time. You can't do everything at once, but you must believe in yourself and know that you're going to do it, and then you will. You just got to have that good, positive attitude. So baby steps are what it's about. The more people try to change, the harder it gets to stick to the plan. So if you say and start doing 2-a-day workouts and you don't eat any carbs at all, no sugar, you run 3 times a week, you think you're going to sleep 8 hours, it's not going to work. You're just not going to be able to stick with it. You'll get burnout. And so you need to work on one habit at a time and be gentle with yourself. You know, no one can do it all at once. It's all about just taking your time. So lifestyle changes you can live with. If you keep your gut healthy, you'll have a happy mind. There is a big brain-gut connection, and that is your microbiome we'll be talking about a lot too. Being positive and then lifting others. By supporting others, it actually helps you too. So live off that energy that you're giving other people and plant the seed. So the group information is Tuesdays at 5. If we need to do at 6 o'clock a later time, we can talk about changing that. Zoom recordings will be done. It's nice to be live if you can, if you're able to get on at that time. We will have support from other members. We talked about that a little bit already. The Facebook group is also something that you can get support from. We'll share recipes and motivation, and the workouts will also be on the group page. So surround yourself with people on the same mission as you, and that's kind of what we are here. You know, we are all wanting the same thing and 100% supportive of each other and cheering each other on, because it's not you know, me versus somebody else. It's you versus you, and a lifetime journey. So functional medicine, this is somebody in my group made this, which is a really cool concept map about how stress can cause hypertension, and then you have to get on a beta blocker, and then that depletes your melatonin, and then you don't sleep very well, then you gain weight, and you lose motility, and actually then you might get put on a sleeping pill, and then you have all kinds of side effects from that. You don't get as much quality sleep when you take a sleeping pill. Then when you have the acid reflux that can be caused by the beta blockers, then you start taking a PPI, and then you have more like problems with poor eating habits, stress, you know, and your magnesium will be lowered. So there's so many things that, you know, all these medications lead to. Then you take this med for that, and then you take another med for that side effect, and it just goes on and on. And I found that people don't really want to be on a lot of medication. So we'll try to do this with, you know, healthy lifestyle and prevent you from getting on it. It is not part of normal aging, going on a blood pressure medicine or a beta blocker or a statin. So with the functional medicine, we have a positive perspective shift. We are not designed to be stressed, toxic, inflamed, infected, malnourished, and unrested. We still easily want to thrive, grow, reproduce, be thin, feel well, eat anything we want, enjoy perfect BMs, and have great sex. This combination would not be natural. So you need to enjoy, you know, the natural things that we can do and take on a different attitude about your health. So it must be sustainable to be obtainable. Excuse me, I think I said that wrong. It must be obtainable to be sustainable. No, that's right. It must be sustainable to be obtainable. So I have coached over 300 clients through the Methodist program in like almost 5 years. I loved that job. I met so many great people, and I have a ton of great connections in this area for fitness and health and the wellness space here. So, and I also had a research study that was done on my program that the dietitian I worked with worked on, and it was the effect of a workplace weight loss program for overweight and obese healthcare workers, and it got published in the American Journal of Health Promotion. So it's pretty exciting to be featured in a really great journal like that. So anyway, we had a lot of people get off their blood pressure medicine, their CPAPs. We even had one with PCOS, and she wanted to get pregnant, and she got pregnant. So we have a baby too from the program, which is super exciting. That's just so rewarding for me and for her too, of course. But I'm super happy for her. And then after the program, we're going to do some kind of phase 2 to keep you going. Because we don't want you to, go back to your old habits. We want to build a network that you can keep with. So sometimes people need to be encouraged, reminded how wonderful they are, and let them know you believe in them, and I believe in you, and you can do your dream. And just like me with my new business, I have this dream, and I want to make it happen. And I'm just going to be filling my mind with positive thoughts, so I know I can do it, and I know you can do it. Other perks, we will have Brent, the coach and trainer. He's a great support person. Gavin is a physical therapist, again, and he will be, really helpful with us with foam rolling and, with safety measures. And he knows a lot of the different stretches, a lot of great different things to do for workouts as well. Then we will have monthly challenges on the Facebook group. I have a Get Great Glutes challenge it's free, a free group for everybody. You can invite your friends. Excuse me. Started out with the booty sprout and the glute thrusters in January, and then every month we're going to be doing a different focus. So we have a lot of people in that group. So join it if you can. Invite your friends too. We really support each other there. So a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal becomes a plan, and then a plan backed by action becomes your dream come true. So that's what we're all after. Weekly goals will be set. Don't worry about the weight loss. The weight will come. You want to correct the metabolic composition first. So, you possibly could lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, but as you're gaining muscle and getting stronger, you might be not losing as much, or, in some weeks you might lose 3 pounds and the next week you lose half a pound or whatever. Don't worry about the weight though. It's all good. You're losing inches. Your clothes will be fitting different. The non-scale victories are huge. So then SMART goals are looking at the big picture. You want to make them so you can actually reach them and reward yourself along the way and perform damage control. If you have a bad day, just start over the next day. If you have a bad week, just start over. Just don't let it get out of hand. The sooner you're back at it, the better it is. And it's normal to get off track. Everyone does. Everyone. I do. Every time I start a prep, I feel like that. I'm like, oh man. And then I always know that after 6 months or whatever of prep, I'm going to be ready for stage. And I, just think that in my mind every day as I'm working hard. So activity recommendations by the CDC is 150 minutes per week. It doesn't matter how you get them in. It's better to move throughout the day than to do one big workout for an hour and a half in the morning or something. Just, move throughout the day. Every hour, try to move a little bit. Let's see. Exercise is medicine. So if you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, we have a lot of challenges that we can do. And so let us know. We can link you up with some people. 10,000 steps is a goal per day. It just moves your lymph system around, and it just perks you up and makes you feel better as you move around throughout the day. And I will give you exercise as medicine prescription. Literally, if there was a pill that would do all the things that exercise does, it would go falling off the shelf. I mean, everyone would want to buy it, but it's actually going to be work. So people are afraid of it, but don't be afraid. It's fun. I will show you how fun exercise can be. Brent, oh my goodness, he is super fun for his workouts. So he always is making it fun too. Sitting is the new smoking. So prolonged physical inactivity has devastating effects on the body. It can be considered a disease. You just sit there and just your lymph system just sits there and gets stagnant. You need to move it. Move your body. So sitting increases our at risk of death up to 50%. A lot of health issues, insulin resistance, heart disease, cancer. Every hour of TV after age 25 that you watch decreases your life expectancy by 21.8 minutes. So that is a lot. So you need to move around. If you're watching TV, just change your position a lot. Stand, you know, during commercials, go run up and down the stairs, run, you know, do errands or something, do laundry or whatever. BDNF is actually brain-derived neurotrophic factor, and that is released with it's a myokine that is released when you exercise. It's going to help your brain. It's going to improve your memory, your cognition. So interleukin 6 is actually the most famous myokine. You may have heard that, and I've been learning a lot about that in my functional medicine. So the blood-brain barrier is a protective barrier for neurons in your brain, and when you have interleukin 6, it increases the permeability. So you can optimize your vitamin D, and that is really important these days. I think most people are aware of that. It's not really a vitamin, it's more of a hormone. But you need to have a good magnesium level in order for the vitamin D to be optimized. So make sure you're taking magnesium as well. It's a nutrient that many of us are low in. And so I will be sharing a lot of different magnesium foods you can get, and then as far as like supplements and things too that are really good to take. Make sure you are on those. And so don't fear salt, fear sugar. Sugar is really the one causing heart disease, obesity, cancer. Our food industry overprocesses food, and they put a lot of sodium in it and a lot of like other things, like a lot of sugar. So they, you know, if you were having one or the other, you should just have salt. You shouldn't have sugar. Lower your insulin by avoiding carbs and replace with fat. Fat will keep you full. It gives you energy. It is really important to get good fats. Fat got a bad rap too because it's called fat, and that's what we have that people don't want. Here's my fat. I have a little blob of fat I could show you, but anyway, so fat does not make you fat. Sugar makes you fat and causes a lot of problems with a lot of us are at risk for diabetes, and 88% of people are metabolically unhealthy, and a lot of them don't even know it. So it's a lot of times is from excess sugar. Your body can actually excrete excess sodium, but not sugar. So that's why it's so important. And there's a really great book, The Salt Fix, which if you're interested in that, it's a great read. Follow this Dr. Nicotali, I don't know how to say his last name, on Facebook or Instagram. He's really active on Instagram. He's great. Strength training, it's so important. It's the fountain of youth. Muscle is our metabolic currency. It is so important with our health. It helps decrease your blood sugar. It helps decrease osteoporosis, diabetes, arthritis, depression. The more muscle you have, the longer you'll live. And the more muscle tone you have, the less body fat, the more metabolism. So if you have any health issues before you start lifting, make sure you talk to your doctor. And we actually have a lot of different modifications if you have problems. These are girls in my group. These are all 40 plus figure and bikini athletes when I competed in St. Louis a couple years ago. So, and I got 5th place in my first pro show, so I was pretty excited about that. And just love the friendships I've made through here. So anyway, strength training also causes your inflammation to go down. Inflammation is really important with fighting disease, and there's good inflammation, there's bad inflammation. You don't want the bad inflammation, the kind that will, you know, like just is not good for if you get exposed to illness or disease and things, then you're more likely to get sick. You're going to burn more calories the more muscle you have. You're going to look better in your clothes. Your bones are going to be stronger. You will have better insulin sensitivity, decrease your cancer risk, and then sleep and stress, get less stressed too. So it's so important. You don't want to be one of those little old ladies that's frail, that you know, has broken bones. So if you sleep less, you will be dead sooner. That is Matthew Walker, PhD. He wrote this book called Why We Sleep. I read it a couple years ago, and it changed my life. It really did. It made me think about all the things that happen to our bodies when we sleep. It is reparative. it is just amazing to me what happens when we sleep. And I was one that, when I went through grad school and was working full-time teaching, I thought I could go on like 4 hours of sleep. So, but now it's like I really, really concentrate on my sleep. It is a major predictor of all causes of mortality: cancer, Alzheimer's, heart disease, stroke, diabetes, depression, and suicide. So please get your sleep. We really will talk a lot about that and why it is priority. Your body needs to recover. Your hormones, the things that happen, when you sleep. I'll have a whole class on sleep later. So age is a mindset. Changes are inevitable, but how and when we age is strongly influenced by your lifestyle. So, everyone says, oh, I'm 40, it's so hard to lose weight now. It's not. You just, you got to just work harder, and there's things you can do, and a lot of it is a mindset. So don't say just because they kind of use it as an excuse sometimes, and there may be some metabolic issues, and that's why I can use the functional medicine and review your labs and help you get to the root cause of why you're gaining weight. Besides, the decreased hormones and everything is definitely a challenge at our ages in the 40s and 50s, 60s, but it's something that we can deal with, and we can just get better with age. So macros are carbs, fats, and proteins, and I'll be talking about those. Protein is really what I want you to focus on. Try to get 1 gram of protein for your ideal body weight. So if you want to weigh 125, then you should have 125 grams of protein a day. And try to get like 30, 40 grams of protein in a meal or something. And so then you don't have too much problem getting that many. You just have to have a lot of protein at once. It's so important. And did you know that if you have 100 grams of protein, 60 grams of those will be used as carbs? So you are getting some carbs with protein, but we just count it as protein. So glucose will be generated by protein intake. So eat to keep your insulin low. This is Dr. Benjamin Bickman. I am a huge fan of his. I just read his book, Why We Get Sick. It's amazing. Control carbs, prioritize protein, fill with fat, and watch the clock. Those are his words of advice, and I really believe in this. Really important. So these are some things to make sure you focus on. Time-restricted eating is another thing I love. Forget about foods that don't fill you up. Like some foods, like once everything like SnackWells went fat-free, I could eat like the whole box and then just go, I'm still hungry. I don't even, it tasted good at the moment, but then you eat so much of it and because you don't get full. So many of the sugary processed foods are not satisfying. But when you become a fat burner, where you eat more fatty foods, you can actually fast better. When you're a sugar burner, your sugar will be up here like this, and then it'll go down, and then you feel like you have to eat because you're like shaky and you're just gonna die. But if you're burning fat, your blood sugar is gonna stay so steady. If you get a CGM, you will see that, and it is cool. You feel so much better. And like when I'm fasting, I feel really good, and my blood sugar stays steady. My mind is more clear too. But anyway, when you're fasting, you can drink water, tea, coffee, electrolytes. Snacking can be kind of a bad habit, and so when you're doing time-restricted eating, you do less snacking, which is good. Every time you snack or you eat, your blood sugar goes up and your inflammation goes up, and your body has to like, okay, what am I doing? I got to figure out, what to do with these nutrients. And so it's just better to eat less frequently, but when you do, eat more at a time, because you still need to get all your calories in. So foods rich in protein as animal foods are the best. Beef, fish, chicken, eggs, lamb, seafood, yogurts, cheeses, low sugar fruit, a lot of green vegetables. You can eat a lot of vegetables. And then, start out with like maybe 12 hours overnight, which everybody fasts when they sleep, and then just, go till 10 o'clock the next morning, and then maybe go till 11 the next day. You can only, maybe try it like 2 or 3 times a week to begin, and then just see how it makes you feel. And I do it almost every day. There's some days that I will eat if I'm really hungry in the morning. Just listen to your body, and depends on what you have going on and stuff too. But it's actually I love time-restricted eating. And it has been around throughout human evolution. It's a very popular thing with religion. A lot of religions do it, eat from sun up to sundown. The hunter-gatherers didn't have stores and they didn't have refrigerators, and they did not eat every 2 hours like a lot of us do. You know, we have meetings at work and they just automatically bring in the cookies and the muffins and everything. You just can't go anywhere without eating. Soccer games for little kids, they always have snacks at halftime and then at the end of the game. So it's kind of like our society is just hard on us for eating. We're just focused on food. But anyway, if you do fasting, you will have better mental clarity, you'll have a decreased inflammation, your immunity will be improved, your body detoxes when you fast. You actually feel more mentally clear when you fast. I do. And then it helps you lose weight. So I don't do the long fast very long, maybe 24 hours, maybe once a month or something, but I usually do like 16 hours of fasting and then 8 hours of eating. But you can even have a shorter window too if you really like it. But I try to quit eating a couple hours before bed because then I can sleep better too. My stomach is not over full, and the blood goes to your stomach when it's breaking it down when you're trying to sleep, but you want it to go to your brain so you can get some good rest. Electrolytes are also very important. Tiny particles your body needs to keep your cells hydrated and ready to work. When you are fasting, you need to stay hydrated. You need to drink a lot of water, and I want you to be safe. And so if you're having electrolytes, it will definitely keep you safe and feeling better. I have really enjoyed my Relight by Redmond Salt electrolytes. There's other brands too that are good. Just make sure it's not like Gatorade or something that has sugar in it and a lot of artificial things. Helps with cravings. If you're drinking a salt electrolyte drink, you aren't as hungry and have the cravings. And I have a salt lick too that I use that's, if you taste salt, you just don't want sugar then. So your cells need the electrolytes. So keep your cells healthy so you can perform better, feel better. And then when you're working out, you're sweating more and you're losing electrolytes. So it's important to keep those electrolytes in balance. Homework, throw out your crap food. If it's not there, you won't eat it. Do your beginning pictures, your fitness testing, long-term goals if you haven't been meeting with me and are doing it on your own. Do some walking if you can find somewhere warm enough, and be careful on the ice and the snow. Body weight exercises. We're having workout videos on the Facebook group. You do not need fancy equipment, just the right exercises, the power to do them, and stick with it. And we want to give you the motivation to do it. So get your free account on MyFitnessPal or write your food down that you're eating. So we'll be talking about that at the weekly appointments with me. And just make time for the exercise. Schedule it like you would any appointment. You are important. And if it was a good friend appointment, you wouldn't cancel it. Don't cancel on yourself. So any questions, please reach out to me. I am available by text or by email, on social media. I get messages all the time. So I am super excited to have you on this journey with me, and I'm on your journey. I'm going to guide you and help you, and I sincerely care and will love to be there for you. So check out my website, some social media there, and the secret of losing weight is patience. So you got to be patient. It's going to take time. It's not only losing weight, it's just being healthy and feeling good. Who cares about the weight? I should probably take that slide off there. I know you want this, and I know you can do it. And when you have that desire and that feeling that you're going to do it, you will. So you've got to want it and stick with it and stick with me, and I will be glad to help you. So never give up on anything you can't go a day without thinking about. I worked on my pro card. I competed 8 years before I got my pro card, and I do have pro cards in 2 federations, but I really wanted my IPE pro card the most, and that's the one. It took me a long time to get it, but it's worth it, and it just was that much sweeter. Some people compete the first show they get their pro card, and that's just, they don't understand how hard some of us work. And so it was it feels like a huge accomplishment for me when I actually got my pro card, because I know I worked my tail off for it. So I'm very proud of that. Be the best version of you. You do not compare yourself to me or anyone else. You all are your own story, and you can do it. and do your best, be your best for your family so you will be around for them. And others will be inspired by you, and you will be helping people just like I do. So thank you very much. There are some references, and I am thrilled to have you, and let's talk soon. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you.